So, good morning, everybody. I was just discussing a question based on friction, in which I said that there are certain steps of solving this question, but there is involvement of three things: the brain, the mind, and the consciousness. Because if you observe, mind and brain are busy in a trap or matrix of the mind brain system. They are just busy in playing with the information present, creating new emotions, or thinking about future, or using some past memories, or living in the past. But the consciousness is the present moment, which observes everything, which observes every activity concerned with the physical or metaphysical dimensions. Brain is the physical dimension, the physical organ, and mind is the metaphysical dimension. But consciousness is able to keep track of everything, whether physical or metaphysical. So, I discussed the mechanism of solving this problem in the last video. In this video, I'm interested in dealing about mind, brain, and the consciousness, and using these the process of problem solving skills, which is the core agenda behind solving so much questions. But generally, what I have realized is a student has weak problem solving skill because of lack of coordination between brain, mind, and the consciousness. Actually, brain and mind are by default designed to operate in the survival mode. So you must have observed that your mind and brain just want to carry out the operations necessary to make you survive and obviously reproduce when you have crossed a certain age. Beyond that, if you want to do something, the first thing will be uh, fighting with your own mind brain system, which in terms of physiology can be expressed as the flight mode of the brain. And in flight mode, you will feel fear, anxiety, depression, low feelings, restlessness, irritation. Because nature does not want you to be intelligent, it just wants you to be busy in survival and reproduction. That's what most of the people do in their life. Anything apart from them is not supported by the nature, and you have to work against nature. If you want to think beyond survival and reproduction and think beyond the matrix of the mind brain system, then you have to fight with your own mind brain, which is the most difficult task, but which is the core factor of being something out of the box, doing something which can bring you name, fame, and money in an out of box fashion, which nobody has ever imagined. So it's like everything has got a certain price. If you want to be better than others, if you want to lead, if you want to earn name, fame, and money, so that cannot be done using the same thing that everybody does. You have to do something different. So choice is always us. If you want to be the part of crowd, then just do something which is the part of crowd. But if you want to do something out of the box, then certainly you have to do something which is out of the box. And for that, initially you have to face your own mind brain system. You will have to deal with the flight mode, the emotional disturbance, the emotional instability, uh, the low feelings, the anxiety, if you want to cope up with all of these. That's why everybody talks about the problem, but there are nobody or very few people who have the solution. Everybody has a problem. Somebody is not having money, somebody is not having a good life, somebody is not having good relationship. Everybody has got a problem, but only a few have the guts to face the problem and reach the solution. So that is why most of the people just starts as monkey and ends up their life as a monkey. Monkey means being trapped in the emotions. Death is sure, death is certain, all the relations has to end a day. everything that you have collected, every piece of information, process, thoughts, knowledge, anything that you have gained will be lost today. And the consciousness or the free will to think, to contemplate the world will be always there. In fact, it is omnipresent, it was always, it is always, and it will always be. So let's focus ourselves on the problem solving skills, on the process. So as I said that when you will start solving a problem, then there has to be coordination between brain, mind and the consciousness, and which is very hectic task to manage all the three things and letting them to work in a synchronized way as a system. But that is what makes you a good problem solver. But there will be certain negativities that has got certain symptoms like anxiety, hurry, depression, low feelings, headaches, irritability, that you must have felt when I was solving the question. So the actual challenge is dealing with the emotional conflicts when you start working on a problem. And I have worked on that very process. I have written a book, OST, which is about the transition from a poor problem solver to a good or sharp problem solver. And this book is available on Amazon, Flipkart and Notion Press. And soon I'll be uploading it on YouTube in terms of audio visual format. So you can search it on Google itself, just Google OST by Acharya Vishvendra, and you can see the book, you can buy the book. And soon I'll be uploading the training sessions, online training sessions on YouTube. You can visit my official YouTube channel, Acharya Vishvendra, and can learn how to make the three dimensions of your existence, that is brain, mind and consciousness, to act as a system. And what is that which is controlling the consciousness? This question explores the hidden dimensions of consciousness for you, and is a password to all the queries, all the ifs and buts and all the questions of life. Why there are so many problems in life? What is the purpose behind giving us such a hectic life? Why there are so many pains in life? All these can be answered if you have access to the higher dimensions of consciousness, and only then you can be satisfied, you can know things without believing anything. So from this video I was just aspiring to explore the problems, the emotional conflicts that normally a person encounters when he or she starts working on solving physics problems for JEE and NEET, not even physics, problems related to any subject. So I have realized is that there should be an emotional training program which actually deals with the emotional conflicts and prepare you for that, because solving a problem is a different thing and dealing with emotions is a different thing. I have seen that if there are suppose two students, one student is having very sharp subject, he is very good in the subject, but he is having a weak EQ, that is his emotional quotient is not good. He is not able to deal with the emotional conflicts arising while solving questions in the exam. And on the other hand, if you take example of another student who is less perfect in the subject but has a good EQ over the first student. So I have observed it in my own life when I was a student, during my professional life when I was training students preparing for JEE and NEET during my working at Kota, that the student with a good IQ oversmarts the student with a good subject, because exam is about the uh, effectiveness of mind-brain system in a time-bounded manner. And if emotions are disturbed, they will not let you to focus and work on the main thing. Rather, they'll distract you, there will be chaos, there will be many things, and your energy and time will be wasted in managing the emotions. So that's why I thought to develop a mind training program to deal with the emotional conflicts which arise when you solve questions for JEE NEET. This program I have named as OST, and it's a 21 days mind training program. I have written the same book with the same name, OST by Acharya Vishvendra. You can search it on Amazon, Flipkart, and Ocean Press, and can purchase it if you think like it will be beneficial to you. And soon I'll be uploading the concerned videos, the training programs on YouTube soon, so that to give advantage to every student. So I hope these videos will be beneficial to the students who face emotional challenges during preparing for exam, and they will end up with flying colors. Thank you and have a nice day.